Okay, hi everyone. This is the Orderflows trade analysis for July 7, 2016. My name is Michael Valtos. I'm the founder and trader at Orderflows.com. The Orderflows Trader runs on the NinjaTrader trading platform. For more information on the NinjaTrader trading platform, visit www.ninjatrader.com. First, a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. So the main tools used in this presentation today is the Orderflows Trader, the Orderflows Delta Scalper, and the Orderflows Price Rejector. They run on the NinjaTrader trading platform, and you can download a free copy of NinjaTrader at www.ninjatrader.com. So let's jump into it today. Okay, so today was Thursday, July 7, and I kind of expected a fairly quiet day ahead of tomorrow's non-farm payrolls reports. The consensus, I don't read too much into these consensus, but they're expecting the payroll growth to be kind of solid at 180,000. Again, I think the Fed is playing politics with these. Well, the Fed's not making up the numbers, but I think these numbers are coming out, and the Fed is sort of downplaying how bad it really is out there. So yesterday, or today rather, the Dow was down fractionally, if that, and oil inventories, there was a draw, which obviously didn't help the WTI, and we're down to about 46 and a quarter, 46.25. I think we're down about 75 cents in the crude. Gold was down also about $10. So anyway, that said, let's jump into it here. Now again, my trading room has been down this week, sort of taking a little break from the room, sort of catching up on some other things. And, but I'm still watching the markets, and there were some interesting trades this morning. Cash open here, we were trading around 20.94, started rallying. There's, you had a couple of price rejectors there. Obviously, I didn't take these trades. It's in that time where the cash opened. I mean, yesterday I took a trade right around the cash open. Today I didn't. This one I wanted to get short on this actually here, this 837 bar. This was the high. We had a divergence. We had a ratio. I missed this trade, but then, we came down in here, and I really saw things changing in here. If you're just watching the delta, you got minus 941, 127, 784. Then you got positive here, a negative here, positive, much more positive. Much more positive, much more positive. It's in this bar. I got long here at 98 3/4, and really, I was looking for a very quick move up. I saw the buying come in the delta, and I was looking for that pop up. We had, ratio. You didn't have a ratio in this bar that I got long in. I mean, I wasn't necessarily looking for one either. Really, what I was trading the delta here, and we popped up, and I was looking for a move above 2100 relatively soon. It didn't happen. Just sort of stalled out around here. I got out really quick at 9.5. So in at 875, out at 9.5. So that's three ticks. I mean, we later did pop back up, and went to my profit target. Then we just started going back up here quite nicely. Got 3 ratios in a row. Now we hit this high here. We had a divergence. We had a ratio, and I always like that. I'm looking to get short in that area. And what I thought was interesting was you had this very heavy volume here, 6,000, 3,000. Imbalance of 3,400. This is a 3-range chart. You got a selling imbalance of almost 3,500 here. But this bar traded, quite strong volume. The volume on this bar was 23,000. It ended up with a negative delta of 1,300. But there's a few things I liked here. I like that you have a divergence. You got a ratio. You got a big selling imbalance here. And there's some decent volume traded up here. And when I'm seeing that volume trading up here, it's telling me, the market could be getting ready to either take off, either way up or way down. But to me, it really looked more negative than positive. people were buying it. The support in the market, 6,000 traded here, 3,000 traded there. But at the same time, it's telling me there's quite a bit of selling. So I want to see what's going on, because you see, 3,800 traded here, 6,200 traded here. It's a nice tug of war. 23,000, you only end up with a delta of minus 1,300. Then this bar closed and we started trading lower. I got short here right away. I didn't dick around. I got short at 21.01. Yeah, I could have finessed it, try to get in here at 1.5 at this point of control, or even 1.25, but I didn't want to. This is a 3-range chart. I tend not to dick around so much on it. And, I got short there at 0.1, and I was looking for, again, this. Here you had a strong negative delta as well. So 13.09 on the high, 2100 in the next bar. I'm waiting for the market to just fall over here. I was targeting this 97 area, which was, kind of around the swing low here earlier. And what happened, we just trade down to 99, trade back up. It just came right back up to, it was at 1.5, I think it was right there. And I ended up getting out here at 21.00. Again, it was just started meandering back and forth. I didn't want to take my chances with it on what's going to happen. We're going to go up, we're going to go down. And even though I was predisposed, what's the word? In my mind, I felt we were going to go lower. Okay, and to me, this was quite a strong signal here. And we just started, then we started to make that push, and then we just trade back up. Start hanging around. So I got out here. At this point, I have a feeling it's just going to trade sideways. In this case, it did trade sideways, but slightly lower. It got down to 98. Then it's just back up here around, 2100, 2100. Then, it comes off. It's a 3-range chart, and, I'm in at just before 9 o'clock. It's already, 10 minutes into it, and I'm still in the position. It's a little bit in my favor, okay. Honestly, when I put my bid in here, we were trading, around this level, so we still had some ways to go. And when it sold, it, was quite a strong drop, so it's not like I saw this bar and then decided to get out. I had a bid in there, and the market just, the sellers came in and pushed it down to my limit price to get me out. So it's not like I saw, honestly, if I saw this bar like this, if I didn't have a bid in there and I saw this bar, I'd be looking somewhere around 99 or 98.5 or something, maybe something a little bit lower. But you know what, I put my bid in there. I felt like it was going to be a decent price. Yeah, I could have got out better, but hindsight's 20/20. When you're in it, 2100 looks good. When we're trading 2101, 2100 looks like a nice fill if you can get it. Then we just trade sideways over the next what felt like a couple hours here. We came down. That was the only 2 trades I took in the S&Ps this day, I think. And I took one in the bonds, which I'll get to in a minute. See, you can see there's no other trades, so it's not like I'm just picking the 2 trades that were winners. This is the rest of the day here. You're seeing no other trades. All right. Late in the day, this is 1 o'clock here. We got another 3 in a row, continue the sell off. They're just sort of hanging around. I felt it was kind of a quiet day actually. So, there's not much. Usually the day ahead of non-farm payrolls is going to be. This is the evening session already. Usually the day ahead of non-farm payrolls is going to be a bit on the quiet side. And that's one of the reasons why I had the room closed this week. Is I felt it was going to be kind of a quiet week. It was a shortened week due to the holiday. And you got non-farm payroll, so I expected Thursday to be kind of quiet, and Friday, there's going to be a lot of fireworks in the market. So we'll see what tomorrow will bring. I do want to show you another trade I took in the bonds. Let me find the chart real quick. Okay, bonds. Bonds were interesting yesterday. They were kind of moving down gradually. Since most of the morning. You can see it. Just sort of trading sideways, then you get these pushes lower, right? And, where's that at 7 o'clock here? We're just sort of going lower, and, just slightly lower. This one I thought was a possible decent buy. I didn't take that trade. You had the divergence, you got the ratio. I don't like that you had a ratio right after it. If I took that trade, I would have been stopped out. Well, you know what? I took this other trade here a little bit later. There's a bunch of things going on in here. You have a ratio, you have a divergence. I got long at 13. Again, it was something I was just getting very aggressive on. I got out at 16. I kicked myself later. It took a while. I kicked myself later because, when I look, I'm in at 13. I could have got a handle higher. But, I wouldn't. I realistically, I would have got out somewhere in here. Really, this was just to me, I was looking for the quick bounce up. I had the price rejector, I had the ratio, a divergence. I had a few things going for me right on the low of the day. That's why, again, I was looking for a quick pop. I could have held it longer. I was looking at in at 13. You can see it there, about 5. Out at 16. I was working an offer. Traded 16 a few times before it finally blew through it. And then we just, wow, blew right through it all the way up to the 20s. And, eventually all the way up to, what is that, 176, 23 or something like that. I can't remember what the high was exactly. And, that was the only trade I took in the bonds yesterday. I really could have got a little bit something more out of it. This is the evening session. I don't necessarily like to trade bonds during the evening session because it's a lot less volume. And today it's got some nice movements, but usually it's quite dead in the evening session. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. To learn more about trading with order flows and the software I use in this presentation, visit my website, www.orderflows.com. My software I created with the help of a programmer. I gave him my list of requirements that I wanted on how to read the order flow. So, it makes trading with order flow a lot easy. And, I think a lot of the software out there just gives you an order flow chart, but if you don't know how to read it, it's kind of useless. I mean, you could have a very nice car, you could have a Porsche, you could have a Ferrari, but if you don't know how to get the most out of it, you might as well just be driving a Honda. Nothing against Hondas. I drive a Honda. But, really you want to get the most out of your charting system, you have to know how to read order flow. Especially if you're spending thousands of dollars like some of these software packages cost, you need to know what you're looking at and understand what you're looking at. And, that's why I created the Orderflows Trader package, so that you can learn how to read the order flow and profit from it and trade from it. So again, you want to learn more, visit my website, www.orderflows.com. Thank you, and I'll see you on the inside.